Hey guys, Pimsky here. Today I'm gonna try to show you how to do the setup for Flight Build. So let's get right into it. Quick shout out to the developer, Kisgardi. He's a really cool guy for making this game. And also shout out to 8FPS at the Discord. Um, yeah, this is for you, buddy, because you need it. So let's get right in. I have a quick start on, which is why all these items were already equipped. Um, our goal right now is I want to go through the first 3 levels of the game, and I mean, if people are interested, I can show the continuation of the run, also make a commentary of it. But mostly the first 3 levels, and the reason I want to go through the first 3 is because they're really important for doing the right setup. So let me see. Okay. So what I want to focus on is to show you how to reliably set up a flight build. Because there's people who've done flight builds before and were really successful at it. But it's hard to set it up reliably, and I've done a bunch of experimentation myself, and I found one way that works for me. And today I hope I can show you a bit about how do I do that. Um, So what we're going to be focusing on in the first level is hunting operators. So that was an operator you saw there. And okay, mines exit, don't need that. Operators carry hacking suites. Hacking suites are really important. Well, I say really important. They're not as important as flight units, but they can help you a lot. And there's a lot of people who say that the first few floors don't really affect the rest of the game. So I've heard some people say like, one sec. Okay, I'm gonna identify this exit to see if it's maybe storage. It's just materials. Not even sure if storage can spawn on -10, but just to be sure. What was I saying? I forgot. I'm like that sometimes. Okay. Oh yeah. So some people say the first few levels don't really matter. Just gonna do Trojan operators here to find the operators. Um, but the first few levels, in my opinion, are actually pretty important, especially for flight setup. Okay, so I was gonna switch to thread sooner or later, and I'm gonna do it now because I know there's a high likelihood of here being a trap also, so I'm not gonna pick up the aluminium legs. Okay. Yeah, but okay, nice. The first few levels are actually pretty important because they allow you to get hacking suites. They allow you to get a couple of schematics you're gonna want later on, and you can also farm haulers for prototype flight units. Wait, let me explain that in a bit. So I'm doing Trojan botnet right now to get some extra hacking. This analysis could be pretty useful. So no, no dice. Okay. Um, Careful to avoid the trap that's right there. Okay, let's hope he spots us, so we can draw him to this room to fight. One position behind the doorway. Okay, nice. There's another doorway here, so it's not optimal, but fighting behind doorways is just basic way of bottlenecking enemies. It really helps to take less damage that way. Bother. Yeah, you really want to be not be using EM weapons because of the explosions. They're really annoying because they hurt you more usually than they hurt enemies. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna equip these large storage units. That's all part of the plan, and you're going to want to grab one medium storage unit. These ones are for storing the flight units we're going to pick up for the first few levels. And the medium storage unit, you can equip it in the end when your inventory is really full with all flight stuff. Or you actually also want to have it in advance for when you've already switched to flight, because it's really useful to have a medium storage unit then. I prefer them myself over small and large storage units on flight, but you can do any of those you want. Just make sure to have one extra storage unit for when you switch. Yeah, so okay, I'm gonna check the hauler manifests. Doesn't look like there's any prototype flight units, so we won't be farming haulers this floor. Hauler manifest is really useful for checking that. I'm gonna do another Trojan botnet to increase hacking chance on other terminals. Now, I've been talking about prototype flight units a bit, and this is actually a pretty key part of the strategy. Gonna grab these since I have the space anyway, in case my threads break. You are going to want prototype flight units. That's the most important part of the setup. So, you know, you can do without a melee weapon for breaking walls. It's really useful. It's also part of the setup, but you can do without one. You can't win a flight run on regular flight units, is my experience. Like, you can try using these. They're really, really bad. A lot of people who don't play flight don't play it because they use normal flight units, and they have bad experience using those. I totally agree. They're shit. You don't want to really even pick those up. Yeah, I have the space now anyway, so I'll do it. They're mostly just there as a reminder for me to pick up actual good flight units later on. Gonna locate traps since it's there anyway, and I don't wanna. Okay. Yeah, but prototype flight units are infinitely better, I would say. Improved flight units, so that's just the prototype version of these ones, basically, the lowest prototype, are better than, say, tier 5 or 6 regular flight units. They're really good, and they're also really efficient in terms of mass energy ratio. And that's very important because early on, you know, if you're going regular flight units, you have 5 propulsion slots, say, to be able to carry a storage unit to have some backup stuff. But then for those 5 flight units, you're going to want to have 2 engines to be able to power them. And if you have regular flight units, the weight of those 2 engines combined with a medium storage unit makes it so you're going to need even more propulsion. So you get in a bit of an infinite loop, where ultimately you're going to want a whole lot of propulsion, a whole lot of energy just to be able to carry the energy, and yeah, it's bothersome. I'm just rambling on. I'll continue with the gameplay. But prototype flight units are really key to this strategy. So if you take anything away from this video, that's the important part. Okay. I think that guy's gonna go to that terminal, so I'm gonna stand here and hope he spots me. The reason I do that is that while he's here and also here, I can shoot at him. Right. He didn't see me, so I figured I'd go in the room, but then yeah, that was just bad. No excuses. Okay. And these operator guys, when you reach the terminal, they call a squad. Don't worry about those. As long as you stay close to the doors, you should be okay. So not a problem. No scandalizers found. I believe there's usually no scandalizers on the first level, but didn't know what I was going to hack for anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Scandalizers are useful because you can scan the hacking suites you get of the operators, and then you can use those schematics to fabricate more hacking suites. I shot one of those things I shouldn't have. That wasn't smart. Oh, bother. Okay. Yeah. Squad's arrived. I'm in the doorway, so no dice, no problem. But we already run out of weapons. Okay, that's really bad. I'm gonna have to pick up some weapons then. Why didn't I pick up that one? Not paying attention. Sorry if I'm playing sort of suboptimally. It's hard trying to commentate on the in the same time. Already did a run earlier where I tried to do this setup, and I made some stupid mistakes because I wasn't paying attention, and then I sort of ruined it. So let's hope that doesn't happen this time. It's the second attempt. Why I'm not using, yeah, yeah, so stupid mistakes like that one. Also, I said we wouldn't be hunting others because they were useless this far. So yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing. Uh, so what we still want to do on this floor is get the operator. Okay. So yeah, I figured there was a trap there, but I'm not gonna bother walking around finding another way. Uh, yeah, so we still want to kill the operator. I hope he has a hacking suite. If not, we're just gonna go to the next level. There's not much more for here for us to get. Um, Let me think. Right, we need weapons, so I'm grabbing this as backup. I believe you already said it, but maybe that was last run. You really, 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 really don't want to use thermal weapons if you don't have the setup for them. You need heat sinks and etc. to be able to properly use them. Otherwise, you're gonna overheat, and if you're gonna overheat, it creates all sorts of issues. With the starting weapons, it's not that bad. So small laser only creates a little bit of heat, so it's manageable. But if at all possible, you're going to want to no, it's a go. Okay. If at all possible, you're gonna want to go for kinetic weapons. I'm not paying attention. Really hard. Sorry. You want to go for kinetic weapons because instead of heat, they take matter. That sort of thing. Kind of obvious, really. But matter is not an issue in the first few levels. It's really easy to get matter. Well, it's harder to get rid of heat. Okay, no hacking suites. I guess I'll pick this up. Did we? Yeah, we had a signal interpreter, so there's no point hunting that guy. Okay, so normally I might say, because we still have a lot of core, we could go to the mines. So that's this exit. It's pretty easy to recognize. Because, well, we've got nothing to lose really. Problem is, you really want explosives for the mines. We don't have those, so I'm just gonna go here. For evolution, well, do what you want, but I recommend going at least one propulsion. And this is because around -7 we want to have 5 propulsion to be able to properly switch to flight and still be able to carry some storage units. And I'm gonna go one utility, because I think maybe we picked up some armor. Yeah, armor is really useful because it allows us to stay in the level a bit longer. I'm also gonna equip one of these legs just for coverage, so we can survive longer and farm holders for a bit longer. And later on, we want to use that for the hacking suites. So generally, utility slots are just really useful. Okay, same drill this level. So we're gonna do Trojan operators. I really like this Trojan. Okay, you have to do one move before it shows the operators, otherwise Trojan's not active. There's only one operator at this level. That's really bad RNG. I hope I don't have to start over again like last time. Yeah, okay, so this guy's calling a squad. I'm just gonna wait in this room here. Okay, yeah. I really want to put them in a bottleneck, so I'm gonna take the shots while walking into here. Normally you want to fight these guys with explosives, but I don't have those right now, so let's put on the treads because they're better. The reason I'm going for threats, by the way, this is probably a trap, but I don't have any way to avoid it, so, yep. Traps are often across the corridor like this. Or in 2 rows. Yeah, nice. Oh wow. Jesus, okay. Alright, we're gonna get in this doorway and hope we can avoid some of the damage. Yeah, they're just gonna come in from the other side, I think. Yep. Yeah, there's really nothing I can do about this because, well, it's the only way to enter the level, so sometimes you get unlucky. Just try to minimize your damage and try to deal with it as best as you can. We're also really gonna need some backup weapons. Ooh, that was nice. Yeah, what happened there is sometimes you can retarget after you kill an enemy and shoot another enemy. So we one-shot both of those guys. That's fortunate. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but I'm gonna do Trojan botnet, and then I'm gonna do manifests. And what manifests does, it shows you the hauler manifests, which is basically just showing you what items our haulers are carrying. There's an hauler right there. This is useful because I want to know if we have to farm them on this floor for the prototype flight units. I'm just okay. What I can try to never mind. Well, I was gonna try shooting one of the haulers to alert the grunts to my position. Are they not coming? Because I want them to come to me because then I can stand still. And when you're standing still, I believe for 1 or 2 turns, you get extra targeting. And when they move, they get less targeting. So generally, you want to draw the enemy to you instead of go to them. That's just really useful to know in general. Okay, he's calling more backup and more swarmers. You might be thinking, oh, I must be happy because swarmers means flight units, but these flight units are useless. So yeah, I believe someone mentioned to me that there was some way in one of the later floors he totally thought out a plan like, oh, you can farm these flight units of the swarmers, and you can just get infinite of them. Well, I mean that's very nice, but they're useless, so you're not gonna want that. Yeah, manifests again. Yes. Oh my god. Okay, this is really good. There's one with improved flight units. There's another one with improved flight units. And there's another one carrying good kinetic guns. And since we're a bit low on the guns, we really want those. And there's hacking suites. Okay, so if we can get the hacking suites, we won't even need to farm for those anymore. Okay, yeah, I thought I was having really bad RNG, but it turns out things are actually working out. Not sure if I'm happy with that this run because I won't be able to show you exactly how things go in normal runs. 'Cause I wouldn't consider this normal. Though, if I'm not going to be able to get the haulers this far, it's still going to be a problem. Let's see, part of one. What am I doing? Yeah, I'm taking those guys in the back out first. Reason for that is if there's more enemies, they're probably gonna come from this way. Okay. Yeah, there's another one. Just let me grab my loot in peace. Okay, those are the I'm gonna go for those. Okay, this guy, there were green guys blocking the door, so he's pathed away around probably, and then the green guys left the door, but he was already past the corner, so he didn't see that he could now take the route. So he keeps going around. Sometimes this happens. It's useful to recognize it. Because now, it's a faulty prototype. Okay, now I know I have the time to pick up this stuff. which allows me to fight him more easily. Oh, buff it around that way anyway. Okay, yeah. So I was just sounding really smart, and then this guy ruined it. Shit happens. Okay, so let me have a look at what we have. The aluminium legs can go. We already have enough treads. Okay, that guy called that guy probably. So there's probably no spot yet, and then he's gonna alert this terminal. Nothing I can do about that. I'm just gonna pick up backing suites now. This is useless. This is bad. Okay, so that's enough space. Want to get to the doorway? He shot his own friend. Okay, nice. Yeah. So first part of the setup is actually almost done. We have the hacking suites. That really helps. I'm gonna throw away these flight units because I'm banking on the fact that we get the ones from the haulers in a bit. This is a better engine. Anything else we want? Heavy assault rifles are really good. So we can switch this one out. More squads, great. Okay. Yes, those are the ones. Okay, I'm just gonna focus on these recyclers for a bit because I don't want them to grab the prototype flight units. Then this one, okay, improve. Okay, one of them is faulty. That's decent. I can live with that. Okay, we're gonna have to make some place for these. I can probably throw away one of these. Right, last one. What do we not need? We don't. We don't need two of these. We're gonna want to pick up some better engines later anyway. So this is just the backup engine for still this part of the run where we're gathering stuff for the flight build. Once we have the flight build, we want to light a nuclear cores, really, or light deuterium engines works also. I'm just gonna ram through this guy. Try to get. Oh, I thought he went in here. Maybe I didn't look well enough. Okay. Well, tried scanning the hacking suites, but no, it didn't work. Okay, this is really nice. Okay, so get away. This is our stuff now. Gonna switch this one. It's gonna do it later, sooner or later anyway. We don't need 3 backup guns, so we can drop 1. Light treads. Let's see which one of these is better. No, it's worse. Okay. So we have the flight units. We have the hacking suites. We have some backup weapons for right now. We have a signal interpreter, emitting storage unit, some backup treads, which are useful to have, not just for walking, but also as... Oh wow, even more. Yeah, really lucky with items this run. Okay, so we're mostly going to want to head to the exit for now. These are the items you really want. So what's missing right now from this is one melee weapon, like for example a katana or something, to break through walls with. We kind of want a better signal interpreter. This one's good enough for identifying exits, but it's not good enough if you're going to be heading into the caves. And we kind of want a good sensor array. So this one's tier 1, that one's useless. Oh, and explosives. Almost forgot. Those are actually really important as well. So I'm gonna pick up that one and then just drop some threads. We have 5 improved flight units right now. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch to the medium storage unit. This is improved signal interpreter is not great. Okay, so I usually do this, but not this early. But seeing as we got all the stuff already, switching to medium storage unit from the armor allows us to take that extra bit of stuff into the next level. Okay, I believe there's no more haulers of, or maybe there's one more that can give us good stuff. I don't remember the manifests, but it's not that important that we hunt them right now. Yeah, I don't really have anything I want to hack for, so I guess I'll just do a Trojan botnet campsite. Traps locate maybe. No traps. The sensor array maybe? Yeah. Okay. Then no. Not really any stuff that's all that useful. So we mostly just want the exit now. But like I said, melee weapon would be nice, and a good sensor array for when we're heading into caves. I'm actually gonna take a small break here, I think. Been sitting here for a while, but I'll continue to run in a bit. Hey guys, Pimsky here. Back again. Oh, exit already. Okay, nice. I was actually planning to record the first part of these videos, just the first 3 levels in one go. I was getting a really sore throat, so I had to take a break. Hope you don't mind. I'll just edit these 2 things together. Yeah, so where were we? The plan right now is to get better engines and a melee weapon, and we have, I think, just 2 more floors to do that. So, well, no, we kind of want to do get it in the next floor. What am I gonna level? I'm not gonna switch yet, I think. The moment you switch to flight, you're gonna want at least 2 engine slots and at least 4 propulsion slots, and I myself prefer 5. Since we have the improved flight units, it's definitely worth to go for those. Yeah, so if I do it like this, I can go to 2-5 in 1 more evolution. But it means I won't be able to switch this level, but that's okay because I can just put another point in utility, get the armor, and then only switch once we get to the next level. That does mean we're gonna be walking about with a build that's full of storage units that don't, but I don't have backup stuff for this build itself. So really, this is a really suboptimal build for this particular level. And again, that's all just part of the plan. We're gonna do a setup that makes the first few levels actually harder. But once we get that flight setup, it's really useful. Okay. I'm also gonna scan an improved flight unit if I can, in case we lose some, need to make backup. Generally, with this amount of improved flight units, I don't think it's gonna be a problem anytime soon. They last really long as well. Let's just fight these enemies in this room. Good bottleneck. Yeah, but I've had games where I've used improved flight units and I get to the last level and I still have like 3 of them. So you can get through the entire game and not switch your flight units. It's pretty insane. I mean that requires a lot of luck and also a bunch of other items and level creation RNG. I don't know, level generation. I mean, but this is why I don't like fighting. Okay. Um. Okay, that's one of the engines we want, so that's good. I see we're a bit low on matter, but should be able to replenish here. Yeah, but once you get those, once you get it set up, the build has really low attrition, so it's really nice in that regard. I'll throw out the light engine. Yeah, this is fine. With 2 backup weapons, that's enough, really. And we have a decent amount of matter. Utility shielding, not really worth going for right now, I think. Propulsion shielding is really good, but... Okay, is this a cannon? It's a ballistic gun. Okay, I'm not a combat expert, but I believe if you... let's grab this one for backup just to be sure. If you run out of weapons, that's really nasty. Yeah, I'm not a pro on how weapons work, but I know that cannons are generally just annoying if you want to be able to aim properly. I mean, it makes sense, really. For example, you can't switch targets, switch to a secondary target if you're using a cannon in that volley. But this one's a gun, so I guess it's fine. I think because it's a minigun, it has a large recoil, but again, we don't care. We don't really want to have a great build right now, or I mean, it's nice, but only thing we care about is that we get the setup for the flight build we're gonna change to later. Yeah, I'm gonna fight them here. This works fine as a bottleneck. Yeah, and generally I'm really a fan of the improved assault rifles and what's the other one? The heavy assault rifle, and not so much of other weapons. I'm not even sure if this one's better, even though it's tier 3. So yeah, because it's not doing shit. I don't know, mostly the way I play this game, I'm not looking at the numbers. I'm just playing and feeling what the items are like and deciding whether they are good on how they do in a fight. Well, yeah, miniguns seem sort of shitty. Again, this is why I don't personally like combat as much as flight. I'm just standing still here and pressing F. That's really all there is to it. It's not really anything else to do. I mean, I got my positioning right before the fight, and I'm just standing still and doing this. Not really the most interesting part of the game. Okay. Light angular momentum engine. That's pretty good, actually. Please, leave me alone. Yeah, I was hoping I could pick up the heavy assault rifle that was lying there, but I think the recycler took it. Hold on. Just checking. Yeah, this one has higher integrity, so we're taking that one. Other than that, yeah, we can switch for large storage units for the ones with just all our storage units for the ones with higher integrity. Okay, and I'm gonna equip this one. Just for flight, you want any light engines. Now, normally, light nuclear cores are better than light angular momentum engines early because you don't have the support for them anyway. But if we're going 5 propulsion and they're all prototypes, I'm willing to make the bet that we can lower our mass enough to be able to support it. Okay, more fighting. Yeah, just pressing the same button. Again, fighting is Well, I'm sure it gets really interesting late game. There's tons of people who like it, but I'm personally not a fan. Yeah, and we're switching to the heavy assault rifle because I like it more. I'm not even sure if the stats are better. I don't care. Sounds better too. Um, wondering, what did we have? EMP blaster. Which one of these is higher range? 10, 14. Okay, we're going for that one. It's a tier higher than this one, so probably better. Again, I'm not really looking at all the numbers. I'm not gonna min-max combat. That's just too boring. Yeah, what did we want again? We want a melee weapon. We have the engines now. Just gonna do botnet. Nothing here we really need. Okay. Yeah, I was afraid it might happen. Okay, garrison. We don't want to fight next to a garrison, so I'm gonna go through the trouble of backing up a bit, fighting farther away from it, and hoping that it doesn't spawn more guys. Yeah, so really, I'm just going for finding exit because we already have most of the setup, and we'll run in into a melee weapon sooner or later. Okay, this guy is taking the long way around, I think. I wanna know where he's at. I'm just not just gonna wait here. Yeah, okay. What I'm doing is probably not optimal. Don't copy my combat tactics. I mean, the fighting in doorways is alright, but okay, there goes my engine. Actually not gonna equip any of the other engines because I want to keep them fresh for flight. And I'm not doing anything that consumes a lot of energy. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna try to kill these guys. You can just kill some green robots and hope they drop an engine. So I only need any engine really, not even a good one. Plasma cannons, no thanks. Thermal weapons are shit. I mean, if you don't do the setup for them specifically, I don't like thermal weapons. They're not shit though, not really. It's just you need heat sinks and tons of other stuff. They're not good by themselves. Okay, no, it's fine. I dropped the armor plating anyway, so can just use that one. There's a light nuclear core, that's really useful. But it's already spawned on the level, so the recyclers won't try to take it. If you kill robots, the recyclers will try to take that stuff, so I'm picking this up first. Energy warning, don't care. Heavy assault rifle, better than any of the stuff we have. Yeah, it's better than this one. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, energy is not really a problem. Look, I'm equipping all these items, walking around, shooting stuff. Okay, I do want to take that engine for backup. Right now, I'm just interested in the exit, but access main is not gonna work, so I'm just gonna install some Trojans. Yeah, and just try to prototype. Okay, we have to make room for this. I'll drop some treads. The reason I'm dropping treads is we're gonna be switching soon anyway, so even if I don't have backup, it's not gonna be a huge problem. Nah, I can't do access main. Okay, Trojan, botnet, yeah. Improved system shield is nice. Probably won't be using it, but there's not much we can hack for right now. That's really useful. One thing I'm doing that's maybe useful to know for newbies, not newbies, but people who are new to the game relatively. Exit spawn in the middle of hallways, and they always spawn symmetrically, so it's not like you have an exit against the wall and then empty space on the other side, or something like that. So in almost all types of levels, the exit spawns in a corridor that's an odd number of tiles across. Oh, this is nasty. This is why we have the shock bomb blaster, by the way, because this will hopefully deal with them in one shot. Okay, maybe not. 2 shots, good enough. Yeah, those are really efficient. Just any explosives are really efficient dealing with swarmers. Gonna bottleneck these guys. Okay, so this part of the run is maybe not the most interesting part, but I just want to show the whole process of what I go through. So you can see I'm just sort of repeating the same thing over and over again, getting heavy assault rifles, improved assault rifles, backup treads, etc. And well, all the while getting improved flight units, hacking suites, and some other backup stuff. So like you always want one launcher, etc. Just always getting the same stuff, always the same way. And in that sense, this setup is kind of boring, but it's also really consistent. And once you have the setup done, you can have really fun runs with flight builds. So that's why I think it's worth it personally. Okay, so gonna go this way. It's the other end. Yeah, I was gonna say the other end looks like a dead end, but it probably is. Yeah. This hallway is dangerous because there's no doors. So I have explosives, so I should still be able to fight if something happens. I'm not gonna bother killing these olives, by the way, because we already have a great setup. And you know, there's some items that are generally can be found in haulers, and some that aren't can't be found easily. And the only time I've seen haulers carry melee weapons is if they have the prototype variant, and even that is a very small chance. So. Right, I'm gonna put on the signal interpreter just to be sure that this isn't storage. No. Okay, is there anything more we want from this floor? We still have core and we still have the fight setup, so I'm gonna. That's really interesting. Okay, yeah. You know, generally you just want to get the most out that you can. And right now we still have stuff to fight with, and we won't die. We've already found the exit, so once we're in a situation where we want to run, we can. We can escape easily. So now we can just grind here a little bit more, try to get some other items. For example, these prototype flight units, this might be the better variant, so that's very useful. Do I want another hacking suite? I already have 4. I'm not, like, you always want more, but realistically, I don't really want to have to use my inventory for that. My inventory is already pretty full. Okay, these are even better than these ones. So, I'm gonna throw out this, equip this one. And then I have to think what else I want to throw away. It's probably the light armor plate. Okay, how many flight units do we have? 1, 2, wait, 1 through 9. More is better, but 8 is usually like the max. I'm not gonna be able to carry a whole lot more. I'm thinking we're gonna be equipping 5, so then we have 4 left, which is a half for inventory. That's doable. Not great though. I'll kill this hauler quickly, if I can, just to see if maybe he's carrying engines. Engines would be nice. No, okay. Then we're gonna go to factory, and I'm gonna go to 2 power, 5 propulsion, as I said earlier. Now I kind of wanna. I'll show you the switch. So I'm not doing it right away. And the reason for that is it's still easier to loot items on this floor using the combat build that we have going right now. So advanced signal interpreter, advanced improved signal with yeah, the sensor array and shit. That's really useful. So you don't want to switch. The moment you switch needs to meet two conditions. Basically, you have to be safe. You have to be sure you're safe. Because if you're attacked halfway through, that's really, really annoying. You have to drop all the stuff you worked so hard to get. Second thing is, oh, that's that event. Got some allies. Second thing is, you kind of want to be done. Like I can still get more out of this combat setup that I have. So if I want to maximize the stuff I get, I'll play combat a little bit longer, even though it pains my heart. Yeah. Normally, what you do when you reach -7 is you find a factory. What am I saying? Fabricator, and you fabricate some more flight units if that's what you're missing, or you fabricate some more hacking suites if that's what you're missing. Because these are the two things you want in bulk for this build. I have so many, I've gotten really lucky that I don't really need to do that. See what schematics I have. Yeah, so I could go for a system shield that might be worth it. Actually thinking I don't have a melee weapon, which is really annoying. I was hoping to get a melee weapon earlier. These weigh 8. No. No. Okay, so I'm not going for those because they're not that useful here right now. Those are too heavy for the build we're going for. We already have some good stuff. Okay. I'll show you the setup. This we don't need. Yeah, we're gonna switch right now. And the reason we're gonna switch is I wanna equip these hacking suites to get an improved system shield. And if I equip the hacking suites, I'm gonna need space in my utilities. I need to remove my storage units, etc. So you can really only switch in one go. There's no doing it in phases. And I'm hoping I won't be discovered here, because if I am, that's gonna be a big problem. In before. Nice. I could switch back right now. I'm not gonna. Don't feel like it. So I have some allies to draw their attention for right now. Maybe even keep them off. Okay. We don't want these. We don't want any of these. I'm hoping the allies will win the fight, but not counting on it. We won't need these weapons. I can drop one large storage unit now. We won't need these. Nice. Okay. Good job. Yeah, I need to drop one more large storage unit. I'm gonna be saving my sensor array and advanced signal interpreter for when I head into the caves, I think. Or I could just equip them now. So what I'm thinking about is, from this level, I want to head into a branch into the caves. That's where the spoilers start. And you really want this combo, sensor array and signal interpreter, for that. If I put them on now, I will be saving my hacking suites. On the other hand, then I won't have my hacking suites right now for the fabricator. So the hacking suites are really at their most useful for this particular thing. So just for fabricating stuff here. So I'm just gonna use them, I think. And then we'll see how that works out. Do I have anything I want to throw away? No. I need to lose 2 more things. What should I drop? I could drop one improved flight unit, and I probably will. Okay. So then what I can do is I can just fly over here quickly, drop one hacking suite, drop the large storage unit, attach the hacking suite. Okay. Check one more time. Is there anything we still want to do? I can turn one of these off for now. How much? I get 6 more miles left. Okay, so we can equip this one and actually pick up the last improved flight unit. Okay, so we're gonna fab improved system shield, hopefully. Yeah. Okay, and that's it for this part of the video. This is the setup you want to do. Basically, what I have right now is just everything completely what you want. You can continue along the main branch this way, fabricating stuff. And what I eventually do in the higher levels myself is go for the flying brick build, which is basically just getting as high of a dodge and armor as you can with a ton of flight units, so you have enough support. So you get up to like 100 support in the late game. And but really you can just go any direction from here. This is the build. This is what you want to get, and once you have this, you're done with the difficult part. Now it's just enjoying the build. Yeah, one thing I want to mention, in the next level, you're gonna have the sensor array and signal interpreter equipped, and your main part of the game is just trying to avoid enemies. So the build is really nice, but you don't wanna you wanna avoid every fight you can, and this build gives you the tools to avoid those fights. But if you do get in those fights, yeah, you're gonna lose the build. So don't do that. Don't be stupid. Okay, hope you enjoyed, and I'll probably be uploading another video on the continuation of this run, but that's mostly not for new people, but for the people who've already seen the spoilers and just want to see the gameplay. Okay, thanks. Bye.